Man, how many times do you think it would take for you to do something before your wife knew, well, that's his job now. He's going to take care of that. How many times do you think it would take for you to come home and give your daughter $1 before she would expect you to give her $1 every day? And so that's a good way for us to slowly take over what's going on in our homes, to assume our role, is to start doing it. It's a mistake to assume that because I can run a business, I have employees, and I have all these things to deal with, does not mean I knew how to run my house or what I was supposed to do. And so there's two different realms you have to deal with here. Home versus business is two entirely different things. But a well-rounded man, a man who understands his responsibilities, takes the one at home more seriously. And the first step is for the husband to go home and look around and say, what do we need to do to get this house in order? And for him to take that off of his wife. The wife is taking care of everything. The finances, the children, disciplining the children, everything in the home. And the husband comes in, walks through the house, says hello to everybody, he goes off and does his thing. Puts a lot of stress on a woman, puts a lot of pressure on a woman. First step, Dad, you start doing it. Secondly, I would say you have to find out what it is to do. You have to know where to go, what sources to go to, what people to talk to find out what it is you have to do. And to do that, you have to be very interested, because it's going to take some effort. And once you do that, you learn to do it. You talk to people that are doing it. You try to get into a good group. Like I'm in a good men's group where I've been instructed for 10 years. And I found out through being with these other men, being in the Homeschool Academy, exactly what I'm supposed to do when I'm at home. A man should want to ensure that his wife is first. Because if he makes her happy through service, through taking care of things, the children benefit. And so that first priority has to be on his wife. If he neglects his wife for the kids and has an unhappy, frustrated wife, what good is that? He's still got tension in his home. So he should focus on his wife. He should make sure she's happy, she's comfortable, she's excited. You know, a man who's doing his job, a woman wakes up excited in the morning because her burden has been lifted. And he's going to take care of things. And the kids will benefit by Dad and Mom both being happy in their roles. I have a friend that I told the other day, he would get home from work, take a shower, and go upstairs and sit in front of the TV. He has 7 children. I said, you can't do that. I said, your wife is homeschooling, she's babysitting several other children, she's cooking. When you get home, she needs you to take over. She needs you to relieve her of her burdens and her pressures. I have the kind of job that gives me a lot of freedom. And so I realize, you know, the sooner I can get home and to relieve my wife of all the things she's been doing, the better it's going to benefit her. She feels that I'm interested. That's a big thing. Men tend to be interested in a lot of little sideline things, and they avoid the profound, deep things that they have to worry about. They like to distract themselves. We like to go off and do things instead of dealing with what's important in our homes. But when we force it, it almost has to start off as a discipline, where I'm going to go home and I'm going to be interested in my home, my wife and my children. Then it becomes a rewarding thing, and it becomes something we do naturally, and the grace of God kicks in, and a man can become a tremendous leader, but it takes interest. My wife is a professional teacher, and she's very good at it. In fact, she won awards at it. She was voted the Teacher of the Year in this local area. And I do all the disciplining, and if I do hear her fussing at the children, if I hear her raising her voice, I will call her over to me and say, honey, what's going on? What's the problem? Your voice, you're getting hawkish is what I call it. She becomes like a little hawk on the children. I said, you need to back off, I'm here. She'll say, okay, good, I forgot. I assumed that role, and the way I did it was I would go to my men's meeting and I would come home and I would sit with her and we would talk endlessly about this issue, family life, traditional family life. And after a while, she bought into it. She saw the beauty of it. We started homeschooling, and after about a year, we knew we had made the right decision. I knew and she knew. It's like you fit. It's like you get into the role God made you to be, and there's just a peace there. It's just a good feeling. It's a motivational thing too. And sometimes she'll lose focus. She'll become overwhelmed, and it's my job, and I sit her down and I'll say, you have lost focus. You have lost the big picture. We're here to make little saints. We're here to raise people that are going to go into this society and be little lights in a dark society that's dark with sin. And they're going to influence people. And when you and I are dead and gone, their legacy will be out there. That's why this is so beautiful. And that gets her grounded again, and she relaxes again. I firmly believe that after we die, that we're going to meet Christ face to face, and we're not going to be able to speak. The time for speaking is over, and He's going to ask us, where are your kids? Where are your wife and kids? And so it's an urgent thing for men to realize, I'm supposed to lead. I'm supposed to take the lead. And it's not a matter of going home and being a brute. It's not a matter of going home and being obnoxious or abusive. It's a matter of finding out what I'm supposed to do, talk to people who know what I'm supposed to do, find out what the church teaches, and then slowly implement it with your wife's cooperation. The wife is not eliminated. She's brought along. She's a helpmeet. She's there to assist him. And so I firmly believe that men, if they take on this responsibility, and it is a responsibility, and when the man does it, the order is set in the home with the wife's cooperation. The children learn to obey daddy by watching mother. And so I ask the men, do you think you have what it takes? I say you do. Every man has it within him to do it. When we get married, God gives us the grace to do this. So I say to the men, and this is what I'd like to stress, it's time to lead. God bless you.